Hi everyone! Welcome back to our channel. I'm Mark.
And I'm Mary, and in this video, we will tell you all about our experience so far as IMGs as we adjust to life as a doctor in Australia.
We have been working as residents here in Australia for the past 6 months, and the experience has been challenging and rewarding at the same time.
We will discuss more in detail, and we will also share tips that can help you if you are just starting out as an IMG in Australia.
We believe that most IMGs can relate that starting out can be very overwhelming. During our first few months, we face a lot of challenges, and these are...
First is that, of course, you're uprooting your life to move to a new country. If you're like us, we moved to Australia with no family living in this country. We were living in an Airbnb for 2 weeks, looking for a more permanent place to stay. We had no car, and we were very much out of our comfort zones.
It can really make you feel homesick. There are a lot of adjustments, such as the food that you eat, the pastimes and the hobbies that we used to do, and we also miss that feeling of coming home to our families waiting for us.
We also miss Filipino food so much, and also the restaurants that we used to go to back home. It takes a lot of courage and strength to be able to move to a new country and uproot your life. And we feel blessed because at least we have each other as well as two of our friends who are also working in the same district. And it makes the whole experience a lot easier.
Second reason is that our first language is Tagalog, and although our second language is English, it still took us a lot of time to fully adjust to the way on how we communicate for them to fully understand us. It also took us some time to fully adjust to their accents and slang words and the particular ways in which they communicate.
The person you're speaking with may also speak quite fast and have an accent that you're not used to, or it can be that they may not understand our accent and these can cause issues. Apart from that, sometimes the way we say things can be interpreted differently than what we actually mean, or it can be that we may interpret what they say differently than what they actually mean.
And if you are working in a fast-paced environment, really good communication is very important in providing good quality care. There's no shortcut to it. You just have to continuously observe on how they communicate and continuously verify the things that they said so that you can actually confirm if you're on the same page.
It takes time and patience, but soon enough, you will get used to it. Third reason is that you are learning a new healthcare system and culture which may be very different to where you came from. For example, here, multidisciplinary teamwork is of prime importance where the allied health teams are very much involved from start to finish. Also, there is less of a hierarchy gap between doctors here compared to our home country, which is actually good, and sometimes we're still not used to it.
Actually, it is a common practice here in Australia to call your consultants directly whenever you need some advice. It's also common to call your seniors on a first-name basis. The fact that the healthcare system here in Australia is entirely different from our home country, we were very careful at first of not making any mistakes. A good thing here in our local health district is that it is relatively well staffed in a way that there's someone there who you can always ask for help.
Also, when we first started, doing something for the first time can be daunting because it may be something that we do differently or don't do at all back home. Like for example here, they use a different device for getting bloods where they use a butterfly. And until we came here, we haven't used one before. And they also use a different device for inserting a cannula where they use a device that has an automatic needle retractor that we don't commonly encounter back home.
The entire journey can be daunting, especially for us newcomers. There were times wherein we doubted ourselves because simply we don't know how things are done here in the Australian healthcare system. There are also cases wherein we haven't encountered them back home more often compared here. For example, deep vein thrombosis and pulmonary embolism. For every patient admitted in the hospital, they should be in some form of DVT prophylaxis. The more common is subcutaneous Clexane.
Sometimes we can't help but compare everything to back home and be really in awe about how different everything is in a good way. And that's why we think that having us residents rotate through various specialties in our first year is a really good way for us to really get used to the Australian healthcare system.
These three summarizes mostly what makes the adjustment very challenging in our own opinion. It takes a lot of flexibility, self-awareness of your limitation, and openness for learning and unlearning at the same time.
It can take up a lot of mental and emotional energy to learn and to deal with everything at the start, but through time, things get a lot easier. If you are currently an IMG in Australia or will practice soon, we want you to know that it is completely normal to feel overwhelmed at the start. The struggle that you may feel does not mean that you are any less capable.
There is definitely a learning curve to surmount in the workplace, but apart from that, the fact that you are uprooting your life and starting from scratch, being away from your family, friends, and comfort zone is already in itself overwhelming.
So give yourself some time and credit and don't be too hard on yourself. Now we will talk about things that we hope can somehow help the adjustment easier for you. These are based from our experiences, however, we do not claim to be experts in anything. We have only been here for almost 6 months and we are still learning new things every day.
1. Don't compare yourselves with the local graduates. They have been trained with the system since medical school, and their first language is English, and they are very familiar with the colloquial terms and phrases.
2. The adjustment experience would greatly differ from person to person, but having a good support system such as friends and family is a huge factor regardless of your background. So just make sure that there's always someone that you can talk to about your day or simply about anything.
3. For the first month, when possible, ask for body shifts. This will help you familiarize with the electronic medical records as well as how a typical day work looks like. It also helped us a lot during our first month when we had those body shifts. This also goes the same for your after hours.
4. Don't be afraid to ask questions, especially during your body shifts. Your first few months will be all about learning, absorbing, and finding your way through in adjusting to the new environment. So maximize the opportunity of asking questions, especially during your body shifts.
5. If you don't understand, ask. You will encounter a lot of medical abbreviations, colloquial, and slang terms that are new to you. Whenever we encounter new terms, we actually Google them or just simply ask the meaning of it. We plan to make a YouTube video regarding the common medical abbreviations used here, so if you want to watch it, don't forget to subscribe.
6. Observe and listen. You can improve your communication skills by simply listening to how other people express themselves and observing their nonverbal cues. Try to pick up phrases that are commonly used in conversations.
7. Know your limitation. If you're unsure of patient management, it's always better to ask your seniors' help. It's better to confirm your plans first than risking patient harm.
8. Keep learning guidelines as you go. You can use the therapeutic guidelines and guidelines provided by different organizations. And the more you encounter cases, the more you get used to managing them. 9. Speak up if you have received any negative treatment. If there are instances where some people try to pull you down for whatever reason, make sure to speak your truth, do not condone their behavior, and most of all, do not let it affect how you think about yourself.
10. If the adjustment is affecting your mental health, seek help. This can be from your friends, family, colleagues, or from the medical workforce. You can only give your best if you are 100% okay. Those are our 10 tips. If you're already working in Australia as an IMG, please comment down below for any more tips you would like to share with the community.
There are no shortcuts in this challenging journey of being an IMG, but to go through the process and learn as you go. Be patient and persistent, and keep in mind that no matter how tough it can be, you're always one step closer to your goal each day.
Strive to be optimistic and enjoy the process because this is all for you. It is an investment for yourself and for your future. Don't be afraid to go out of your comfort zone because this will help you grow. There is no way but up.
That's it, guys. Hope you liked this video. If you did, please like, comment down below, and subscribe to our channel.
See you in our next video.
Bye!